what does this portend for the relationship with Great Britain? I mean, by no means the most important thing to Joe Biden of the many things he's got to do, but important to us. And we're hosting the G7 summit in June, and then we've got the Glasgow climate change summit in the autumn. And so Biden probably is going to be coming. And there's been a lot of talk about quite a few of his loose remarks don't seem to be all that obliging towards Britain, most notably about Brexit, and in particular the effect on the Good Friday Agreement, which is a good Irish Catholic he's very much across the detail of and cares about very much. But all of that just disappears, doesn't it, when realpolitik takes over, and Joe Biden and Boris Johnson will find a way to get along, and this will become the moderately important yet exaggerated relationship it's always been, won't it?
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I mean, look, Britain remains the closest or one of the closest allies of the United States. That will be true under a Biden presidency. All the people who work for Biden are used to dealing closely with the UK. I think Britain can, it's quite an important year for British diplomacy, but G7 summits come and go. Most people can never remember. If I asked you what happened in last year's G7 conference,
well, of course I'd know, but I wouldn't wish to bore anybody with the detail.
Or if I asked you who was hosting it 2-3 years ago. No. So, we're making a lot of that, although it's nice to see it in Cornwall. The climate conference is important, but again, we've had climate conferences and it just happens to be hosted in the UK, and there's an important act of British diplomacy there, but it's not a British initiative, if you like. So I think we need to be careful not to kind of overplay our hand. I think the kind of central challenge Boris Johnson and the government face is this. In the eyes of Democrats and in the eyes of the sort of Biden team, Boris Johnson is part of the Trump family. Now, that might be unfair, and there aren't direct parallels. And, Boris Johnson is a much more professional politician than Donald Trump ever was. But nevertheless, he's seen by the rest of the world as being in that kind of slightly nativist central-right, no longer the central-right, nativist right-wing movement, populist movement. Brexit is something that Biden regards as a very bad move by the UK, unlike Trump identifying with it. So, I don't think you're going to have that kind of bonhomie that you saw, that kind of camaraderie, not just between the leaders, but between the political staffs and the parties that you saw, obviously, between Tony Blair and Bill Clinton, that you saw between Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan, and that rather surprisingly, because they were from different parties, you actually saw between Barack Obama and David Cameron. And I think Boris Johnson's going to find it a hard job persuading Joe Biden that he is, somehow now a kind of mainstream centrist politician. I think Biden will not believe that.
I know Biden did say that he regards Johnson as an emotional and physical clone of Donald Trump, which I think is a bit harsh on Boris Johnson. As you say, he's not the same as Donald Trump, but at various points he's sort of wanted to play up the similarity, which I suspect he will rapidly forget about now.